Hello Physical Fiends, it is Jordan here with this week's update on all the physical releases coming to the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2, the 1st of September until the 5th. Everybody's Golf Hotshots is releasing in Europe this week, well, Asia and Japan too. The point is, it's not releasing physically in North America. This series, sometimes known as Hotshots Golf, has been a PlayStation franchise from what I remember, but now it is multi-platform. I don't really know the franchise's rights details, but I do know that many people love these games. The best golf arcade games, fun, light-hearted, but not in a shovelware kind of way. This is developed by a new team, so hopefully it still maintains the same kind of quality. As well as Nintendo Switch, it's also releasing on PlayStation 5. It's not releasing in North America, but VGP will be carrying copies of the Asian and Japanese physical release. I don't know why they're not doing the European one, but oh well. And my executive producers, Instacritic, Wixit, Radio to Rancid, Super Ben Julio, Brent McLean, and Ishin have chosen this as their pick of the week. And if you want it or any of the retail games in this video, please consider purchasing via the links in the description and pinned comment. That massively helps me out and this series to keep producing useful physical content for you guys, especially these days, because as I mentioned in another video a few days ago, in my work I have lost some hours basically. It was quite sudden news, and so that means, I'm earning less money, so any support you can give for this channel is greatly appreciated. And plus VGP are a great company with cheap prices in Canadian buckage and free worldwide shipping on orders over 75 Canadian dollars, which is like 54 American bucks. And each week, if you buy something, you are put into a draw to have a chance of winning a $10 discount coupon. And this week's winner is Kristen J. Congratulations, Kristen. You should get an email from VGP with your discount coupon in the coming days. If you don't, let me know and I'll get it sorted for you. Sometimes they're really busy or they forget or something. So yeah, just remind me and I will get it sorted. What else is releasing this week? Look, Be a Landlord is releasing in Europe this week. North America will have to wait a short while longer, although I wouldn't be surprised if this European date got pushed back by the time you see this video, but whatever. It is a rogue-like deck builder with slot machines. It sounds like a special kind of hell for me, but reviews are very positive for it. If you want something addictive like Balatro that probably amplify addictive personalities, then this may be the next addiction for you. Not quite as good, but if you love fruit machines in the pubs, this could be a decent one. And my executive producers, Alexander Kato, Jake Vav, and Thorn Metal Luna, have chosen this as their pick of the week. Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion is releasing on the Nintendo Switch 2 this week, properly and physically. Yes, a proper Switch 2 cartridge, once again from the legends at Marvelous. It's the sequel to a game that was originally a Switch exclusive, but now this one is an instant multi-platform, a mech action game that looks all kinds of badass, even if many games find it hard to nail the premise as well as people hope, but I am hopeful. I should be playing this game for a video for you guys. I don't know when I'll have a chance to show it, but I will show it at some point to let you know my feelings on it. I'm very excited though. It is a third-party Switch 2 game, a fairly big budget one, and it's properly on the cartridge. It's something that I want to be good. It's coming in a standard edition and a collector's edition which contains a soundtrack CD, art book, a set of 3 keychains, a set of 3 patches, and acrylic standee. It is the second collector's edition for a Nintendo Switch 2 game, and my executive producers, Jeddah Crow, Old Man Murphy, Dave Huswaite, Big Bruno, Josh Foote, Adamantium, God of Resin, The Nemo 6, Ghost Bune, D's Nuts, and my brand new executive producer, Guido Savio. They've chosen this as their pick of the week. Alright, the low print limited releases, kind of. There's only one this week and it is Arco. This is Lost in Cult's latest pre-order. They have a gorgeous special edition exclusive to their website, the fanciest Switch physical editions you can possibly get. This is a Mesoamerican fantasy RPG, and supposedly a very good one. Not that there's much competition for that particular genre, but it is a great game. Turn-based battles, looks pretty snazzy and unique. There is going to be a standard retail release as well, which you can order from VGP via the links below, but if you want the gorgeous looking collector's edition, then you'll have to get it from lostincult.co.uk. And my executive producer, Robotech, has chosen this as his pick of the week. Alright, let's jump into the import section. Play Asia territory. If you want to import any of these games, you can do so via the Play Asia links below and get 5% off with my code Jordan2025. And of course, some of these are also available at VGP. I've linked them below too. Shuten Order, also known as Kyodan, is releasing this week in Japan and Asia. Now, I made a video about this the other day, and the information has been updated. Retailers said the Hong Kong version would have English, but the Hong Kong eShop said it wouldn't. However, now the Hong Kong eShop has been updated to state that it does have English. I do wonder if my nagging of people to look into it might have paid off. Like someone went in and thought, you know what, let's just check the box for the idiot. And the game, oh man, the reviews for this game are unbelievable. I've seen a 2 out of 10 and I've seen a 10 out of 10. I've also seen a 6 out of 10. It's the game that will divide but thrive with certain people. 5 gameplay styles, 5 murder suspects. Who killed you? From the creators of Danganronpa and the 100 line, you've got a surprisingly 50-hour campaign here. According to some, there is no Western physical announced. Do not buy the Japanese one since I don't believe that has English. Stick with the Hong Kong release linked below. And my executive producers, Lewis K, Cartoon Soren, G Bautista 100 and Kevin W have chosen this as their pick of the week. River City Girls Complete Edition, first print edition, is releasing this week in Asia, and this is a 3.5 pack if there was ever such a thing, because this contains River City Girls 0, River City Girls 1, River City Girls 2, plus the DLC for the second game. So, as the name implies, it's complete, until they inevitably make a third game. Now, all these games have been released physically in some capacity already, aside from the DLC. I'm sure many of you have the limited run releases or the Japanese individual releases, but if you are new to the franchise, this will be the best way to go. You'll get some very good adventure beat-em-ups, and fingers crossed all of the games are complete on card. That would be exceptionally nice, because I think the second game in particular had a very hefty patch. And of course, all the games play in English, and my executive producers Switch Effect, Sora Cat, Nerdy Sean, Punky Dooster, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 2 Sisters Generation is releasing this week from East Asia Soft and Play Asia, actually a lot sooner than I realized. The second game in the JRPG series that if you want them physically in English on Switch, then these Play Asia exclusives are the only way to get them due to being banned by Nintendo in the West. They were going to be released, but Nintendo's new policies prevented that. These games do have their fan base, I'm not one of them, but it's nice to see a loophole being found to have them in English, physically. It has a standard edition as well as a limited edition. The first game's limited edition sold out very quickly, but the limited edition for this one is still in stock at the time of writing. And my executive producers, Kava Clavacol and Dave Horworth, have chosen this as their pick of the week. Matchmaker Agency. Just a quick one on this one, it's releasing in Japan this week after releasing in Asian regions already a few weeks back, maybe a couple of months ago. The name pretty much says it on the tin. It has its fans, but for me the art style is just way too bland. But my executive producer Surfacing for Air has chosen this as his pick of the week. Mandragora Whispers of the Witch Tree is releasing in Japan this week. It is not an import exclusive since it is getting a physical release in the West, but not until December. So a bit of a wait for you guys in the West, and if you can't wait, well, maybe this Japanese edition will get it into your hands earlier. A side-scrolling Souls-like, a genre that I think is waning a bit. Like, it used to be that every side-scroller was a Souls-like at one point, but it does look great, nice art style, and reviews are decent, but it is considered a bit too pricey, at least digitally, and that's where the physical release is nice and handy. And my executive producers, Dane Wilkinson, Vey, Azrath, and Feig have chosen this as their pick of the week. Cyber Citizen Shockman Collection is releasing this week in Southeast Asia with a nice English cover. This is already out in Japan, just about, and also in North America via limited run games, but if you missed that, this looks like a great option. I've already pre-ordered it myself. 4 games and a Mega Man style gameplay from the TurboGrafx and Super CD era, a bit rough, but very charming, and I'm happy something so obscure is making a bit of a comeback. Alright, let's jump into the community spotlight. But before we do that, if you're new here, or maybe you're not the kind to normally do so, please subscribe, okay? The bigger this channel is, the more publishers will pay attention to the demand for physical media. We're winning, guys. Physical media, it's winning. We've had so much good news recently regarding Switch 2 that I think we are winning. So join the cause. Keep on winning, okay? Plus, I'm on the way to 30,000 subscribers. Get me there. Executive producer Vei, my man in Japan, sent in this photo, picking up all the major imports of last week, including Super Robot Wars Y, Valette, and of course, Shinobi. He's allowed to buy that one because he lives in Japan, and Limited Run can't block him. Executive producer G Bautista 100 sent in this photo with 2 fantastic imports with the 2 Saga Frontier games. Maybe it's just where we're at in the Switch's library and life, but Frontier 2 didn't actually sell as well initially as the first game did. It was pretty middling sales, really. Dabro90 sent in this photo with 2 Shin-Chan games just in time for the double pack to be announced in Asian regions. Lovely looking games that I should play more of. Bunny Bear sent in this photo rocking 2 Switch 2 physical releases. Always nice to see support for the future of physical media, but I definitely think we're going to be seeing Switch 1 physicals keeping strong for the next 5 years or so at this point. Probably spurred on by the Switch 2 itself. Cheaper manufacturing, backwards compatibility, there's no reason to dismiss the original Switch now. Executive producer Rose sent in this photo with the 100 line, which loads of people love, and the fact that the same kind of people made Shuten Order, which is out this week, makes me very interested in buying both. Executive producer Cartoon Soren sent in this photo with a couple of limited run retro ports. Did you see that they literally just dumped Fear Effect on the eShop with no announcement, no fanfare whatsoever? It's like they literally didn't care about it at all. Executive producer Ghost Bune sent in this photo of the limited edition of the Corpse Party Tetralogy Pack. As you may have seen in yesterday's video, a North American version was announced, but not a collector's edition. Executive producer Instacritic sent in this photo with a few good Southeast Asian imports, Patapon, Tamagotchi. You can see due to the lack of an age rating, and I think some North Americans would prefer to purchase these versions over even the European ones just because of the lack of an age rating on it. Executive producer Dave Horwath sent in this photo with the Japanese edition of Shockman, which as I mentioned is releasing in Asia this week, and that Farland Saga collection, man. Somebody make that English. If I had enough capital to start a business, I would be translating these bad boys all day long and releasing them on modern platforms. If you guys make me rich, that will be my job. Robin H sent in this photo. I've played DK a bit, mostly just watching my daughter hog the controller. She seems to like it enough, but it hasn't gripped her like some other games, and she's just got into Minecraft thanks to friends at school, and now I'm worried I'll never see her play a different game ever again. Pab sent in this photo with Epic Mickey. I think that's a remaster that surprised me at how much work they put into it. It seems like they could have just done a one-to-one port, called it a day, nobody would have batted an eyelid, but no, they put some decent effort into it. I don't know if it's good, I'm just surprised. Shadow69 sent in this photo, picking up the Asian Valette. Did you watch my video on this? I quite like it. It feels like an NIS America game so much though, and it feels so strange that they're not publishing it themselves. Stefan N sent in this glorious photo. I don't really need to comment on it because the visuals speak loud enough. Beautiful. Executive producer Old Man Murphy got in Old Man Superhero. Yes, the oldest comic book hero getting his own game, and still no one has told me if it's good or not. Rancid Games sent in this photo with Date Everything and Cobra. A lot of people are really liking Cobra. I had a few comments in the video I made saying I underrated it, and maybe, yeah, but that's just like my opinion, dude. Alright, let's have a roundup. Cresolac. Twig E. Illogicool. Eleanor C. Devil Angel. Andrew R. Axeru. Brian G. Adam S. Maximus 1216. Burning Kitsune Mask. Miami Heat Fan 2003. Steph M. R. Luna. The Enemy Parasite. Rainbow Pickle Gaming. Starvey. Rivalus. Okay, if you want to send in your pictures, the details are on the screen right now. Special thanks, as always, to my executive producers, Dane Wilkinson, God of Resin, Brent McLean, Alexander Cato, JCross7776, Punkydusa, Cartoon Soren, Robotech, Thorn Metal Luna, Vey, Instacritic, Precision Plague, Alex M, Feig, Josh Foot, Ishin, Lewis K, Kevin W, Jennifer M, Super Ben Julio, Double Dave, Husway and Horworth, Wixit, Sora Cat, The Nemo 6, Ghost Bune, G Bautista 100, Rose, Adamantium, Azroth, Jake Vav, D's Nuts, Jeddah Crow, Brotorius, Surfacing for Air, Justin PDC, Vast Neon, Cookie Kid, Radio to Rancid, Danielle O, Switch Effect, Old Man Murphy, Cava Clavacol, Nerdy Sean, Ligma, Michael Del Polito, Big Bruno, and my brand new executive producer, Guido Sabio. Thank you so much for your support. Plus, you watching right now, if you watched all the way through, please leave me a golf emoji in honor of Everybody's Golf. Go check out some of my other videos. If you want to purchase any of the games in this video, then please do so via the links below. And of course, subscribe. Have a fantastic day. Take care.